for a cause.
Healthcare hardship. A Delaware doctor says the Affordable Care Act is killing his practice and taking its toll on his middle-class patients.
I would say Obamacare is a disaster. I would call it the unaffordable medical tax. Let's just call it what it is.
Strong words in that interview with NBC 10 Delaware Bureau Chief Tim Furlong, who's live right now from Newark. Tim.
That's right. It's no secret Obamacare has been a work in progress. When it kicked in January 1st, they, of course, made some changes and some tweaks. Well, one doctor here tells NBC 10 he doesn't think Obamacare is ever going to work. He says there aren't enough younger, healthy people paying for all the older people who need to go see doctors more often. He doesn't think it's ever going to work. He thinks it is killing his middle-class patients and his business.
I would say Obamacare is a disaster.
Very strong words from the head of this Newark medical practice. He says he sees very few patients enrolled in Obamacare, but he sees lots of patients who are essentially forced into an Obamacare compliant plan only to find they now pay a lot more and get a lot less.
Their premiums have increased, their deductibles have increased, some of the things have been carved out. What was covered is no longer covered. It's been a debacle for the practice.
Doctors here believe too few healthy people signed up for Obamacare, and so insurance companies are reimbursing doctors less for their services and making patients pay more. If you get a government subsidy or Medicaid, this might not affect you, but the administrator here says many of their middle-class patients are finding they pay for their benefits, but still can't afford the services they need.
They're being sticker shocked, is probably the best way I can put it.
Now, I spoke with the State Department of Health and Human Services. They say health care costs certainly continue to go up, but they haven't received any cases of doctors and carriers gouging each other at this point. I did speak with an insurance industry expert. He thinks that this doctor is primarily right in what he's saying about what's happening in the industry, and he says unless they start signing up more young people for Obamacare, he thinks the whole industry is going to be in significant trouble because they can't balance it out, and of course that means tough times for the middle-class people who don't get any of those subsidies and who don't have thousands of dollars left over at the end of the month after their paycheck goes through. Now, coming up at 5:30, we're going to hear from one of those patients. She's expecting a baby in a few weeks, and she's got some serious concerns. We're live in Newark. Tim Furlong, NBC 10 News.